And also the biggest hero probably for
5.
Can't you? Really fast hero too, so it's the ring. Nice against.
expect the 5 position support, maybe a witch doctor here, or possibly
Party DDC.
Radiant team.
witch
yeah,
doctor.
Luna.
Okay.
That's why they
We
banned
are-
TB.
All right.
Makes
It
sense.
will be the Sylar Luna. It's interesting. The hero that they brought back had a rest gyro matchup,
10 seconds.
rewinding
remaining.
time a little bit, but here they're going to take it right in.
5 seconds remaining.
Enemy cores not being.
Reminds me a bit of. Oh, yeah, but good.
That is very scary. What can Infamous do that? Do they have something that they can do that with as well? Or focus more on having a better high ground defense? But then you don't wanna set yourself up to, as we mentioned it, to not lose rather than to win.
I mean, it makes it. I guess it makes it a DL game. He has 2 silent to worry about.
Part of it's just about the pay. Infamous can get really punished if they make. It's not necessarily that scary.
Well, they're taking their
Maybe
time here.
Maybe you pick Tiny. Threaten the burst damage. But both DP and subject are early, vulnerable to early.
Yeah, but then Luna is gonna be buys a BKB very early on.
Well, yeah, but
you're
that's
gonna lose part of that. You're gonna bank a lot on getting a very early. Might not get how VGJ.
And again, you've got to pick left, and forcing a little bit to buy a BKB earlier
Dire
can be valued
team
in
pick.
itself. I believe you can. Okay.
What do you reckon?
I thought they needed tower hit badly. They needed some way to convert their fights into some. That's one thing that Infamous always do well.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll transition like a team fight 1 into, and that's something that, for
5
example,
seconds
Final
remaining.
Tribe like sorely lack. This time around, like DK, so that if you do take a fight, you can transition to something, adds another layer of disable, something that can frontline for you, so that this Omni Knight can just sit behind. It's a really nice combo too. Omni inherently makes like really tanky heroes better, so you're able to fully utilize the fact that you don't have to immediately be there. You're like Omni Knight behind.
Extend the BK.
They should try to give Katara the hero that possible.
I think
He feels like a really. He doesn't.
there was one SD in this tournament.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you're right. And then
Radiant team back.
Morphling on the team. Go for Tiny.
It's good.
On the other side.
It's good. I think Yang looked a lot better in the second game when he had a hero that could jump in and it started.
We are gonna
Dire
have
team back.
last pick go the way of good news for them. Need a little bit of an edge.
I just think Tiny, the biggest single value of Tiny. Tiny is going to be fine. Both the cores on this side are melee.
10 seconds
Have a ton of
remaining.
full supports to back up if they can correct all.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
I think this is probably amount of bonus time both teams have. Because I think both teams are through. Normally it's just one team that is. Obviously, this is game 3 of the semifinals.
Radiant team pick.
This game can propel you forward to have a chance to beat Evil Geniuses in that grand finals today.
I thought we would see that in the second phase. It got picked fifth, but still no surprise. Really, VGJ, this is a very safe draft. It's all about
10 seconds
lane stability. We're not going to get too far behind. We have a lineup that, if it gets ahead, is just going to take all of your tower.
What your jug?
Oh, a troll!
Okay.
First of the tournament.
And Infamous are going to respond in kind, man.
Ooh.
This is a hero that Qatar can go ham on.
And you want to talk about pressuring objective. This hero troll makes any lineup into a push lineup, especially with the DK already on board.
Yep.
And this is going to be a fast, furious game.
But who is gonna take it? I'm gonna ask for prediction. I don't do that very often, but this time I feel like it is so split.
I would love to see SA Dota show up on the main stage again. I have to go with the stats on this one. They beat VGJ.
All right, Scan.
The DP is gonna play faster.
Oh,
They're
come
just
on.
gonna be hit.
Come on, Will.
What? I love South America.
10 seconds.
Do you think
remaining.
are they
All in
gonna take
Infamous.
this?
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
The
All
game's
right.
over.
100%.
The game is over. Let's find out who's gonna face Evil Geniuses in that grand finals and hear what our commentators have to say about this game 3 ODM Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva, and indeed it's been a great series so far here, coming to you from Jakarta. And myself, Buddy Pixel and Fog, we're ready for this game 3. Something a little different, Fog, to a hero that we don't see that much of. Minos bringing the Terrorblade into this final deciding match.
Terribly. Troll Warlord.
Troll War, just testing you. It's been a long day. We've had a couple of long series. You guys know that.
We've gotten the
Troll
most
Warlord.
60-minute games out of
I'm just not used to saying the hero's name.
It's fine.
Who else plays the Troll nowadays?
We haven't seen it too much, but it's a pretty good form matchup, at least versus that Luna. You can actually close the gap. You can get that bash slot coming out. Can be pretty interesting. The big thing that I'm looking forward to this game, though, is how much can Schofield make happen on this Tusk and that shaker and that shaker. He got like, I think he had like what, maybe one Echo Slam that was actually dodged by the BKB in that one instance, so he wasn't able to find those good openings, and also Stinger.
Oh, here we go.
They picked this Omni Knight in order to have the Guardian Angel versus that Exorcism. The last game, he didn't get it in any good situations, so it's really looking forward to see if he can actually make that happen this. While on the other side, Vici, just like Nahaz had mentioned, I completely agree with this statement. This is a very safe, well-constructed lineup that can actually take advantage of any type of team fight they take. They have so many different ways to push. Same thing with the Roche. They have very many ways to get objective.
Smoke will be dispelled here. Miku on the high ground. Yaga still fade though, still rolling. Gets the connection with the slow. Miku for the safety of Pepita. Tyler, so you can get a bit of a look in as well. But Miku and Pepita will hold themselves underneath the tower.
Pepita dropping his stout shield. 2 tangos expend.
Be interested to
30
see how
seconds to
Pepita
battle.
does on the DK, as we saw sort of pretty much all of his more favorable heroes taken away from him this game. Draft.
Stinger got the boots. He's in position. Wrap around. It is scouted by Thunder. We'll have 2 for 2 room.
The battle begins.
In terms of the pace of the game, as the Kano was talking, is it, if you are Infamous, you sort of pointed out to me the way that the Troll versus Luna matchup works. So you just want to have the Troll ahead of the Luna at all times, so that you have that chance in the team fights that you get on top of the Luna, you get a bash or so, you're able to just out DPS the Luna in a 1v1 in the midst of a sort of a full team fight engagement.
It's just going to be mostly about closing the gap and relying a lot on the repel early on. Because he's going to need a BKB or just magic immunity, but I think he wants to stall out for his own. He wants to get those items just for that movement speed to close the gap onto that Luna.
Stinger will be able to grab the wave. Take it round towards the tower. DDC trying to make him pay. Punching down as much as he can. On lane, fade. Got the roll in, look at the blocks. Miku will be taken down. First blood there for Yak. Fade goes straight for the TP out, and he'll make it. No way to hold him back. VGJ get away with murder. Lane at the moment. Even CS on the first wave or such between Pepita and Freeze.
He just gotten every last hit so far for himself.
Trying his best to keep the HP offset in his favor.
Perfect.
Siphon use.
Perfect CS so far for the DK. The Death Prophet also has the chance to do 5-0, now 6-0. Very, very even mid lane at the moment. Fade is prioritizing making sure that Yang can have a good game bottom, since it does look like Infamous is doing a full tri-lane. They haven't even blocked the pull.
Down bottom. The go being made here by Infamous. Look at the shards down. Miku's there with the wraparound. As the Thunderstrike down onto Yang. Snowball to close the gap. Yang gets surrounded. Taken down. Fade can only roll away from that. As Infamous, as you say, with the 3 heroes sat down here, a little different to the dual lanes that we've seen in the other matches, getting that off-lane kill.
Yeah, getting that early level 2 on Tusk, very important for them to be that aggressive.
I'll take
Now
that.
Fade. Get that room to move.
Got it.
CS for both safe laners at the moment, looking pretty even. Lane a bit of a go, being made onto Stinger. He's got the Purification Repel if he needs it, and he's stacked up on tangos.
He's made Siler miss a couple last hits because of that, lane pull shenanigans he did, but Siler has full 9 denies apparently.
Be sure that Stinger can't get those levels that are going to be needed in terms of being able to help his teammates out when the fights do kick off. And with that attempt there from DDC and Sylar, they will be able to force Stinger right back. So he'll come up to the top lane to get a bit of a look into the experience, while Stinger has to make the trip back home.
Fade, trying to pull the creep wave. Doesn't lose vision of him though, so. Down 4. Hit 3 minutes left. Safe. Ball comes in though, but it's under the tower.
Yeah, it's going to get blocked from Miku. They turn. Kinetic Field's down with the right click from Minos. It's going to get close. He pops the Fairy Fire Fade with the Avalanche. Is it going to be enough to hold them back? It looks like it will. Space is created. The Thunderstrike will still come through, cancelling the sound on Fade. Same time up top, Snowball forward onto DDC. Repels down onto Schofield. It won't quite be able to finish off the Witch Doctor. They do have to back off, back down bottom. Fade gets gone upon. They get the 1-for-1 trade. Yang trying to finish off Minos, tosses the tree in. Not enough to bring him down. So support's trading lives on the bottom lane. Top, again, the fight continuing. Schofield tries with the shards. DDC turns with the cast. Purification out onto Schofield, but he's going to have to run himself under the tower. No way of getting out of that. As Thunder will take Schofield out of the top lane. Keep the space for Sylar to keep hitting those creeps.
Both side lanes extremely active at them. All mid, dead even still. Up heat on freeze.
Pretty much the second time in the series we've got to see a sort of classic 1v1.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, Yang this time did not have Fade in the neighborhood. Backed off, Fade, he wanted the bounce. The greed from the Earth Spirit cost the life of his offlaner.
It was pretty nice actually that Schofield did die top. I mean, of course he doesn't want to, but dying, he actually is able to deliver the boots bottom to finish Minos' phase boots rather than having to wait for the courier a bit longer. Pull in. Minos.
Schofield, she's going to help try and turn things around. Brings Minos across onto Fade. Fade looking for the escape. Sharp is there. Fade cannot get himself out of turn. The combo coming through. Is it enough to bring down Minos? The mischance. But the tree comes in, flies into the face of the troll. VGJ find 1 return kill. Can they get themselves another? They've only lost their Fade, the Earth Spirit. I'll be able to get Schofield as well. There's the toss with the Maledict still on him. Schofield buys some time with the snowball, not long enough to protect him. But the Maledict tick comes through.
The sigil slow, is it enough?
The slow as well from the axes. Avalanche trying to keep Minos away from DDC. DDC turns with the cast, the TP's coming down. Yang, maybe see if they can punish Minos for this, but the Avalanche still unavailable for 5 seconds. But Minos will be able to back up. These sidelines, man,
so much more.
The mid lane matchup. I can't remember the last time we saw 5 minutes in. No one else has had a look in. It's a pure 1v1. That might be about to change though.
I miss the 1v.
These guys, Freeze and Pepita, getting pretty much even farm. Now things will change up. Schofield's going to come in towards the middle. We'll soak up some XP, and they want to try and make a play. Pepita hit 6, immediately the tag teaming out of the lane as Schofield turns up, and they're rotating the dragon down bottom.
A very unexpected smoke movement.
He DDC tries to open up onto Minos. They've got the cast, they've got the chain stun. Minos falling low, pops the stick charges, and time has now been bought for Pepita to come in. The kinetic field, and then brief fire. Pepita getting the easiest double kill of his life. The vision's there to glimpse back Yang. This rotation from the DK coming with the backup of Miku, doing a lot. Yang tries for the TP out. Will he make it? He will. Yang gets out.
Nice heads-up play. As soon as that stun's used, aware that he can TP because there's no bash. Just in time. Could have gotten unlucky, but very nice rotation. A very unexpected one coming up from Infamous.
Would have been amazing for them if they did get the Tiny. But still, getting a double kill, that's nice money for the DK. Up top, Sylar popping the Eclipse for an attempt onto Stinger. The repel was out. Not quite enough damage. The right click as well to bring down this Omni. Stinger will survive. With the rest of that timing on the rotation with the Elder Dragon form, Pepita will look to get a bit of damage done to this tier 1 bottom. Mid lane. We must have to be careful. Pepita will return. But look who's on the high ground. Fade and DDC smoked up. Sort of umming and ahhing between the top lane and the middle lane. Where do they want to try and make a play? That is the question.
Might just be top.
Stinger.
Got Stinger very low here.
Not have his level 6 yet. They'll look for the roll in straight away. Stinger looking to duke it out, but the smash will connect. They're diving in. Sylar tanking a few tower hits though. He has to back up, so an unsuccessful play there from the two supports of VGJ Thunder. Always hard to dive against an Omni. One slip up and there's always going to be the chance for a repel, a purification to make things a lot harder. And now Infamous, they're trying to match that movement. They're moving up themselves. They're behind Stinger. They know there's a chance the supports are still up here, and they're seeing if they go for the bait. Will they go on to Stinger again? If DDC does, Schofield and Miku will be there to answer. In fact, they're going to go straight in onto Fade. He was trying to get some XP out of the lane. Infamous find the kill. Sylar and DDC, they want to turn. They don't have Eclipse, but they do have Freeze. This time it's VGJ with a rotation of their mid laner. Freeze has the ghost up, looks towards Schofield. They've taken down Miku. They'll get the man as well, or maybe not the shards. The ghosts are there.
They will chase. Bottom, Yang. Toe-to-toe with Minos. Minos will be able to escape now, though. Seems like we're having actual exact mirror movements from both teams.
Absolutely.
Even Freeze. You saw Pepita make the rotation bottom now. Freeze makes his rotation to his safe lane.
Stinger.
Starting to pressure Stinger.
He has the repel. It is going to wear off. They're going to look to chase this one down. Will he get the chance to put the purification? He won't. The Lucid being too much, but Infamous, they want to make them pay for this. Schofield TP's in. Miku as well. They've got the kinetic field. Roll forward with the snowball. DDC will fall, but Freeze, he's going to be fine. Tanks up with a heal from the Exorcism himself, and Sylar turn. Finish off the kill onto Schofield. Pepita's got the space down middle. Pops the Dragon Form. Will take a tier 1 tower on his own. Whew.
Dead even game right now.
Series so far has been a fantastic matchup between these two teams.
Yeah.
Not every day you get to see Infamous versus VGJ Thunder, but it's certainly proving to be an entertaining matchup between these two.
And look at this item decision from Pepita. He did this yesterday on the Death Prophet, the first choice for the Blink Dagger. This time around, he doesn't really have that natural initiator. It's his job, so he wants to be able to get that one right away for his team. And it will be Minos queuing up that Battle Fury so he can try to match the farm of the Luna, being able to waves and farm ancient stacks, etc. Eight to 9.
Stinger. Now have that level 6 point in the GA. Presence. Disrupt, they get a bit of a rest onto Sylar. Bottom lane, toss it to Minos. Schofield looking to react, gets the sharp block off. Sort of stepping back, sort of tickling away slowly but surely, just aware that backup could be there for VGJ Thunder, and it is indeed. 2 TPs come forward down towards the bottom lane to back up Yang.
The very tanky, tiny 1600 HP with the 9 armor.
Schofield always walked into this. Will check out the boulder smash. They've got the avalanche toss combo. The rotation allowing Yang to get the chance to move in, turn things around, get the pick off. Mid lane, DDC and Freeze putting some pressure onto the tier 1. They're going to sweep across. They know that it's likely that these side camps towards the mid lane are being farmed, but they'll keep their attention prioritized on that tower. Same time up top, Pepita is in with the Dragon Form, constantly getting the pressure on, being incredibly active for Pepita on this Dragon Knight. Each and every time the ult is available, he's doing something with it.
They have to be pretty active in this game too. They have to make sure that this Troll Warlord can get the farm, because there is an insane amount of nuke burst damage on the side of Thunder. With Troll Warlord, that's the biggest thing that he actually gets punished by, is all that nuke. He's very squishy unless he has repel.
The tower taken by the Dragon. Mid lane Minos. Down here by the Siphon, he'll turn with a slow onto Freeze. Freeze, another siphon charge. Stick charges come through from Minos. Will just about keep him alive. Out of lane.
The Blink Dagger reveal.
It's going to catch this man off guard. Sylar has been punished. Pushes out a little too far on his own.
Papita is... Besides that last game, I think throughout all this tournament, he's really been playing spectacular to me.
Infamous have just really been coming into their own on this land. To a level that we haven't seen before from the South American side, but they are looking impressive here on the main stage. Indonesia. VGJ Thunder. Ready to smoke.
Got the Tome of Knowledge coming out to be delivered for Fade. It's going to be close to pushing for that level 6, but not just quite yet. Schofield, 6. He's under vision, though.
Find something bigger, potentially VGJ Thunder. They want a core. Miku's there, sort of blocking it off from Stinger. A look for the opening onto Miku. Stinger will get the chance to react, pops the purification, keeping Miku safe. The smoke from Thunder will not warrant them a kill.
Glimpse.
Bit of a mini one, but it will sort of tear DDC away from the rest of his team, so DDC will fall. Stinger, silence, will be able to keep himself alive, gets the purification off just as the silence comes off. So Infamous, she able to make Thunder pay with the life of DDC. The back of Thunder's own smoke play. Top lane Sylar is pushing in. He is on it though. Those come out from the axe. The rest of Thunder are sweeping over towards Sylar to back him up. Yang finding the opening onto Schofield. Just goes to the avalanche. Snowball's going to be there to dodge off the Lucer Beam, but he goes straight into the hands of Sylar. They've got the toss. They have the control. Schofield will be taken down. VGJ Thunder grouped up. They want to try for more. They roll forward. They're looking for Minos to get the silence into the smash. The Lucer Beam as well. Minos getting burnt down low. And they're going to storm back. Storm. The kinetic field. Miku. He's got the control. They're moving in. Papita has the control with the damage. The GA comes out. Papita still fully looked the side for the magical damage from VGJ Thunder is in and off. Papita goes to try, but the Lucer Beam, the eclipse from Sylar secures Thunder the fight. Despite what looked like a great attempt from Miku to turn things around, but the Voodoo Restoration was out. The self-sustain from Thunder was enough to outdo that of Infamous as VGJ Thunder take the fight and get Sylar a couple of big kills.
Oh my god, that was scary for a second. All of them caught under that ulti on top of the Guardian Angel, but the thing is that Thunder, majority of their damage is magical, so that Guardian Angel not having as big of an effect, and also, that was a 4v5. Minos was just farming during that one. He's gone for the battle period.
Very hard for the Trolls to get involved to this stage. They've got to create him space. That was a very costly way for Infamous to do so, though.
Yeah.
Bring a fair bit towards Thunder now. The Blink Dagger timing, it's there on Yang. 14 minutes, he's looking to already get aggressive with it. He's still up on this top lane with backup. Ideally, they want Papita. They're going to jump in, look for the combo. Papita quick with the Dragon Tail onto this time. They've got the kinetic field down. Papita will be safe. Extra TP's coming in as well for Infamous to make sure that VGJ Thunder can't continue to look for the play. So, the Blink Dagger reveal from Yang, not really off to the start that the Thunder may have hoped with the item. Does not get them a kill. Infamous are able to react. Minos, 500 gold away from Battlefield.
A gift from the Tempest.
Keeping up decently with the Luna. The problem is that he's level 9. While you see Sylar, who's been more involved with this team, 4, 1, and 6. Involved in 10 of those kills, level 12 already.
Breeze. It's over. They've got this ward down. VGJ Thunder, they know that Minos is here. Silence is out. He's back, but he needs it now. Is he going to get it in time? Doesn't look like he yanked him with the combo. Takes down the Troll Warlord, and now Fade's rolling in for more. For Schofield, Stinger is turning up for this fight, but this is a hard one for them to take. And with the Yule's control there, he's going to get thrown up into the air. He cannot help Schofield, and he himself will be in trouble as well as VGJ Thunder take all 3.
Such an overwhelming amount of control coming out from Thunder. The silence is constantly catching on top of that Omni. Like that time around, the Yules. Now top, Breeze. Trying to make moves.
Backups there from Fade. They've got the control. Peter falling low. He'll turn with the Dragon Tail. Again, this Yule Scepter usage from Breeze, allowing the time and setup for the rest to come through and finish off yet another 4 kills back-to-back for Thunder.
Starting to ramp it up. They're just really taking advantage of that Battle Fury build that the Troll has. They know that he can't really get involved in the game by his team. Miku, during all that, go for a little bit of a cheeky play and got some wards down, so they both watch at least some movements coming out from Thunder.
to there. In terms of out of view timing for Minos, this is he's hitting the average, so not amazing news, but not bad news either for Minos.
I mean, when he's contested as well, right? They did a lot of effort to slow down that Battle Fury. It's a pretty decent time. The biggest disparity in this game is definitely the Omni Knight comparison to that. These Stingers are now with the tiny 6,500 Yang. Quite a few games.
Saw what last game Stinger sort of struggled to really have too much of an impact on the Omni because of the heroes and the way that VGJ Thunder were playing. This game,
similar.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of, I mean, there's, you know, with the small cast range you have on the hero, first Earth Spirit as well as Death Prophet, getting those silences off is quite easy on the Omni whenever he comes in to help his teammates. Thunder, they are looking to make a play. They're up, they are smoked. It is under vision of Infamous though, with that Miku did.
Gonna head with it. And looking towards top. Minos checking out that wave quite far, but he does now back away.
They want to keep checking those Ancients, keeping tabs on them because they know that Battle Fury on the. And a new ward there.
Got a bit of time left with the smoke. Minos is still hanging around up top. With Schofield by him. These two in a very scary position at the moment if they do follow up with this smoke move up. In fact, they're going to back up. They look towards Pepita instead. They've got the silence. Stinger is there, but the silence again, making sure that Stinger, he can't offer any sort of save immediately onto Pepita. Will now come through with a chance. Static Storm comes out. GA's there from Stinger. Keeping them alive at the moment. They're backing away. Miku goes for the TP out, but Eels will be there to cancel it. They'll get the disruptors controlled, silence is in, they'll charge forward, Freeze finishes off the support kill. But at least this time for Infamous, they're able to get the cores back to safety. But Peter will survive.
But Thunder now, they're committing for the push with this medallion pick up on the Death Prophet. They still have Exorcism at the ready, and with this Lunar Blessing Aura, it can be brought down quite quickly.
With the Battle Fury Troll Builders, we're saying there's just very little way that Minos can get involved in these fights at this stage.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try to go for a steal here. Schofield, scouting out with Sigil. It's not Pepita with Blink Dagger as well.
Olsen is rather early here with the snowball, and they'll just turn and burst it. That's gonna be the chance. Gonna jump on Pepita, he tries for it, he won't get it. VGJ Thunder get the kill, they get the Aegis, and they'll also get Pepita.
Now Stinger has to repel, will be able to just be out.
But the attempt there being made by Infamous, but it cost them a couple of lives.
They're
Thunder
trying to
keeping the advantage.
They're trying to make a lot of space for this Char Warlord, but it is extremely costly. Now they're at a 5k gold deficit, 10,000 experience deficit as well, and now there's an Aegis. In these fights, which they've been able to actually play, for the most part, 5v4, they've got even more of a number advantage.
What have we here?
Really does feel like we're seeing again in this series power at the DP,
yeah.
The way that these teams can utilize it, the timings, the item build-ups, the Yule Scepter pickup, as we've seen already, just doing so much. The AoE disable in terms of silences, making it so hard for them to fight into.
And now
they're stealing Ancients.
Yeah, with this control of the game.
Infamous is trying to come across, but this is such a hard fight for them to take. Sure, there's no Exorcism, but Thunder have many other ways to punch into them. Yang's out with a blink. There will be the catch from Pepita, jump forward. The shards are down. They're not just going to get the trap though. On the side, they do get the glimpse back onto Yang. Yang won't fall. No time for 50 seconds, but Sileye's moving in with the Eclipse. They get the Lucid Beams down onto the Tusk. 1 for 1 at the moment. The rest of Infamous in trouble as Minos is being focused. He'll get the axes out, but there's just too much magical for him to deal with. They lose the Troll Warlord and Pepita. He's surrounded as well. The DK down. Sileye, he's too strong. Double kill for the Luna. Miku, he's in trouble as well. VGJ Thunder will get the full 5-man team wipe.
8k advantage now. Thunder just playing too fast pace for Infamous to respond. Every single time Stinger walks in, and he can't really get all of his spells off.
And this Troll Warlord just can't get anything done. Sure, he's got the farm, but those items just don't sort of transpire into anything useful against VGJ Thunder's lineup at the moment.
No, he needs his own BKB. Stinger just can't actually be that repel that he's relying on. Freeze just consistently being there every single time. 7-0 and 12 on this Death Prophet.
Yeah, sure, Stinger has the Yule Scepter to remove the silence, but and that's a couple of seconds you're up in the air. Sure,
yeah.
You remove the silence, but you're disabling yourself. sort of at the cost of it. So by the time you're down, it's highly likely that your troll's already dead.
Absolutely. Fuels comes out.
The setup here, there's the self-fuels, trying to keep himself safe, keep it alive. As for stun though, silence, post-Jules, and he will fall.
They've got exorcism available too. They're going to threaten high ground.
They're ready to go in. VGJ Thunder amping up the tempo. 21 minutes in, this 11k advantage. They're pushing into the base.
And Yang is stalking Minos up top, making sure that he can't TP home. It's actually on cooldown anyway.
Look at this tier 3 tower melt to the ghosts. As it will almost certainly fall. No way for Infamous to stop that tower from going down. And the Rax as well in trouble. Sylar with their Mask of Madness punching into it. The Glaives start bouncing. The mid lane's being cleaned up. Can Infamous make them pay in any sort of shape or fashion? They'll have Stinger back up in a couple of seconds to silence the Siphon onto the Tusk. He's being chased by the Ghost, but Peter comes in with a Dragon Tail. We'll make sure the Schofield survives. The Exorcism is now worn off. They'll get the glimpse back onto Freeze. They've got the trap with the Static Storm, but they'll just turn. They're punching into Stinger. Yang able to combo down Miku. They find the Omni Knight yet again. Schofield, silence, Sylar chasing him down in the tree line. VGJ, they're just swarming the high ground of Infamous, and Infamous can do very little to keep them off. They've got the snowball. Schofield trying to buy some time, but it's a snowball into his own grave as they'll lose 3 yet again. Thunder, they just cannot be stopped. This pace that they're playing is so hard to deal with. Sure, top lane, Minos, he's putting on the split push, but he's just finding a tier 2. And VGJ Thunder, they're finding a second set of racks by the looks of it. Infamous, they will have the full 5-man back up in 10 seconds, but look at the speed that these racks fall. Even without the Exorcism, the punch of Sylar at this stage is just too damn strong. Yang tries with jump in, instant Dragon Tail from Pepita will hold back the combo from Tiny. But Infamous, they have to find something big at this stage. VGJ Thunder actually taking full control of the game. They look towards Yang. Minos has his BKB finished. They'll find one. Now he turns towards Freeze, focusing the Death Prophet, but Freeze too speedy, gets off to the side of it all, and Sylar, he's running down the rest of Minos' team, forces Pepita back to base. Sylar will get used up. They've got any follow-up. Minos being chased. The BKB unavailable. He needs Stinger to come in. Stinger getting held up into the air. The snowball forward. They need more out of this defensive offense, but the smash perfectly timed from Fade. Comes through onto Schofield and Minos. Minos does find DDC. There's the repel. He's trying to chase down Freeze, but with the all set of Freeze so speedy, the Crypt Swarm comes through. Freeze turns, takes the life of the troll. Buybacks there from Schofield, but they're without Minos for 50 seconds. Thunder, they've only got 3 up at the moment, but they're so strong. Freeze, he's got the Exorcism bag. They'll turn to the Tusk, jump forward Pepita. They'll find the Death Prophet. They will kill off Freeze. Sylar, he's trapped in the Static Storm, but it doesn't matter. He turns, life steals up. He's looking for Pepita. The repel, not enough to save the DK, as they'll lose the Dragon Knight. Infamous. Fade, trying to find the smash, Lucent Beam as well. Pepita will buy back.
They get the glimpse.
They've got the vision onto Sylar, dragging him in. They've got the Luna controlled up. They'll surround him, repel up onto Pepita. No way for Fade to peel him off. Sylar trying to run. Can they actually get this Luna out of there with a 4-star? They just might. Jump forward though, Pepita, he has the blink back available. Will finish off the kill, but he's the only one alive at the moment for Infamous. They've got the Schofield Toss back in the game. Thunder will now disengage. So Infamous certainly fighting tooth and nail, but they are still down 2 sets of racks.
2 sets of racks, costly buybacks as well, and it seems like whenever Thunder are grouped as that 5-man unit, it's almost impossible for Infamous to actually take the fights versus them. There's just way too much teamfight coming out from Thunder. But now they do have that BKB finished, as you were mentioning, in that last fight from the Troll. And he still gets kited up.
Yeah. It made all the difference at the start, though. It meant that he could get in, get on top of at least one target, and take at least someone away from the 5-man of Thunder. But the speed from Freeze, again, so the Yule Scepters. Life is so hard for Stinger in these fights. This Omni Knight is not feeling like this off lane anymore. It's falling into sort of a support role with the amount that he has. Just so hard for him to get the job done. With the way the Thunder are playing.
They're just punishing so much that Infamous' moves, and just every time that they're grabbed up, they always get these multi-hero silences, multi-hero stuns. It makes it really hard for Infamous to fight. And Schofield is 1 in 12 on this Tusk. Every single time he walks in. Damage.
VGJ Thunder will probably want to wait until the Exorcism is back up. As we saw in that last fight, Freeze did pop it just before falling.
They're so high level on their cores as well. So now you see Minos as well as Papito. They started to catch back up after those big kills, but it's still level 20 Luna.
Freeze. Let's get Glimpse back. Infamous have to be so careful about how they take a fight outside of the base. With themselves being down 2 sets of racks. Push coming incredibly fast from Thunder, and they do have Exorcism available now.
Infamous just desperately pushing out that top lane because they still have a tier 2 alive, so they don't have to worry about them just going into the base and taking that tower. They have to go. Thunder has everything at the ready though, and level 18 on Death Prophet 2 for that level 3 Exorcism.
Sylar and 700 gold away from his own BKB. Let's see this task. Said he was 1 for 12. And it's going to be another kill for the scoreboard as Schofield as he gets caught out outside the base. Ward vision there, giving them the info, Thunder.
Bush going to be respawning in about a minute and a half. Siege down that top in the for the time being, and they're actually smoking. They're going to right here.
They might catch some of Infamous off guard. Miku, he's going to be on the front line, caught out by the silence. He's going to try and run and hide. Jump forwards there, Miku. He will get focused by Fade and Yang. They've got no disruptor for 45 seconds. Stinger with the repel, trying to run himself up to the high ground. You can see Freeze looking for the control. Will follow him, has the Yules up. They've got the silence. They're chasing down this Omni. Can Schofield do anything to protect him? It doesn't look like he can. Stinger will fall and does not have buyback. Schofield, maledicted, death warded by DDC, getting handled by the Doctor.
And Sylar, he does take out that top tier 2, and they have Exorcism in the base right now. This top lane is exposed.
They've only got the 2 cores left. 3 down on Infamous without buyback available. Thunder looking for the 3rd and final set of racks to claim those mega creeps. What can they do? Minos goes in with the BKB, looks towards DDC. It has to be a BKB in retreat. Backs away. The racks cannot be held by Infamous. The mega creeps are out.
The Dire now have mega creeps.
Thunder now with a 23k advantage, and they're looking for the game. Onto the tier 4s, Papito jumps in, but again Freeze with the Yules, sending the DK up into the air on the side. The combo's there onto Minos. He's bursted down. He does have buyback. Papito will find DDC, but the physical's too much from this Luna and ZP. There's no DK for 80 seconds. Buyback for DDC. The 4-man of Infamous indestructible. Skills to bash from Minos. They're looking towards Freeze. Freeze getting focused. Kinetic field shards, controlling the Death Prophet. They do finish off the kill. Sylar, he's focused. Hurricane Pike's back the troll, but the GA's out, keeping Minos alive. Sylar trying to run. He's so damn speedy with the Mask of Madness, but the blink forward for Stinger is there. He's got the smoke to the DJ Nora. The axis, the connect, the DDC throws down the cards. It's not enough. Stinger with the purification.
The throne is dying. The throne's dying to creeps. They have to back up.
Thunder losing heroes, but Yang did just pick up Stinger outside of the base. The creeps swarming in. Minos picking up Sal's, making sure that he can keep himself focused on defending the Ancient.
And there is Megas, so this is very, very hard defense for Infamous. When all Thunder respawns, got everything at the ready, so they could just look to barrel down that mid lane. If they want to be super safe, they could go for Roche, but they have more than enough to close this game out.
Infamous fighting with a tournament lifeline on the line, and we can really feel it here. The way that they are holding, despite all the odds. Can they really turn it around though? Thunder, as we've seen, as you say, they can play it safe, get everything back together. Dagon being picked up by Freeze, he's had enough. He wants to zap down these cores when he gets the opportunity to do so.
They know how hard it is for Infamous to really have a chance in this game.
And Minos, to be careful mid, there's the jump for Fades. Starting to kick things off. Minos silenced up. There's the dagger, but the BKB comes through from Minos. Goes set to find Fade some time, but look, Minos turns towards Freeze. Siphon is out, self-fuels from Freeze, but the punch from Schofield holding it down. There's the bash, but the BKB wears off for Minos. Gets comboed by Yang. Minos out of the game. Roll forward from Fade. They pick up the Tusk as well. And with no troll wall off for 90 seconds, this should be the GG push from Thunder.
Minos calls it in allied chat though. But yeah, Papito had to use the Dragon Form just to even try to clear the creep lane. They actually can't.
And there it is. They know it's over. They tap out. G is called as VGJ Thunder will move forward to face Evil Geniuses. Grand finals here at the GESC Indonesia Minor. And what a series. Another fantastic display of Dota from both sides.